when people talk, listen, man, I'm going to raise that red flag.
This narrative, especially after 1 year, one bad year, it's one big splash move. And because I don't think people understand how much cap space we can create.
Alex, I want to ask you, because you're a very humble person.
And I'm never going to be right about anything.
Yeah.
I was right. What's up, y'all? Back again, and we got in the building. I haven't done one of these in a while. It's been a long while since I think I got on here. So long that I have a new headphones and sound competent, like I'm a normal person. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? Doing good. Doing good. It's been a while.
It's so funny our energy level, because before, like last time we were on, right, we were like, God, people keep on telling us this. I'm trying to tell you because we're just like fighting back on all this kind of stuff, because people are just like coming back on everything we have to say with each other. So we're just like, ready to go, and now we're like, it's just such a like more complacent place of like,
Yeah.
it's not like an "I told you so" kind of thing, but it's kind of like a man, like it was right there in front of you guys. Like what we just, I just what is it? Like
Yeah.
why are we fighting this the whole time? Like it was just so obvious, and we just had to wait for everything to happen. Just so, and now I don't even want to say "I told you so." Now I just want to be like, all right, let's go on to the next thing. Just so we can like, because I know we beat dead horses. I don't even want to talk about an hour. It's like this whole kind of episode. I don't even really want to talk about Bryce's whole episode. Um, but what are your like little takeaways from like just to set up the rest of the show of what you kind of seen since the last time we talked?
Yeah. So I think since we last talked, we were mainly discussing the issues with the quarterback and head coach not trusting each other. I think what you're starting to see is a young team younger guys on this team are making bigger contributions than a lot of people thought. And I think you're seeing a team that's found their offensive identity, but is now understanding that you are going to have to lean on the quarterback to win games. And that is why we drafted this quarterback. You're seeing these young offensive weapons come into play, the downfield passing attack, whereas when we previously spoke, there was none of that, right? We went over like play by play, 4-yard pass here, 5-yard pass here, blah blah blah. So I think it's just an evolution of a young team just slowly growing, and you're really just starting to see it, man. I mean, first sweep of the Atlanta Falcons since 2013. You go into Lambeau Field. That was only the third time we'd won there in our history of the franchise. So the team is doing some unprecedented stuff. And it mainly comes back to what you and me said. The team has talent. And sometimes, we're not going to harp on Canales, but I will say sometimes in sports, I mean, not sometimes, a lot of times, coaching just holds back that talent because sometimes they just don't know what they're doing. And, ultimately now you're kind of seeing a player-led team, as Canales said, where players are kind of just taking over and he really doesn't have control over like, okay, this guy's going to make his stamp. Like, yeah, let's just go to him. Right. So overall, I just think you're seeing a team that's just coming together and just playing complementary football for the most part.
Yeah, let's just like start here, because I think we kind of start off in a wrong kind of headspace of like what we trying to get across. Because I talked to you about this before the season. I said, this team is talented. They're not only talented, they're freaking deep and they're young. This Panthers team is going to be good for quite a while. So let's just take everything, because everybody can argue with the nuances of coach and quarterback and yeah. Let's just talk about this. Icky is good. He's going to be a left tackle for the future for the Carolina Panthers. He's real good. We have Ted McMillan, who is a stud, like maybe best receiver in the league potential, like that good, right? You got a left tackle and a receiver that are that good, insane. We've been working with our Pro Bowl left guard this whole year because he's been hurt. You're talking about, so you have the left side of offensive line and a stud uh, at your receiver. Let's just go there. Then we say, Derek Brown is Derek Brown again. He is real good. Like top top defensive tackle in the league, potential good. J.C. Horn is real good. Like top cornerback in the league, potential good. Trevor Morgan is real good. Like top safety in the league, good on this team. Trevor Wallace, man, it sucks that he, you know, got hurt, but is a star in the making. Leighton Ransom is good. Mike Jackson is good. I mean, these are good. Roseboom, man, if we didn't freaking hit on that guy, is
Yeah.
like think about all of this. Like, and then just add just the random talent around him. Yo, is Mitchell Evans just awesome? Maybe. Jadavian Sanders, we haven't really seen a lot of him because he was dealing injury. Is he good? I don't know. Xavier Leggett shown these insane flashes, but Hooper missed the first half of the season. Oh wait, he's back. Huh, like he looks real freaking good right now. What is going on? And you see, we haven't even touched on what ETN can be because he has to go behind two strong running backs. Who is Jonathan Brooks? Who knows? I mean, these are this. If he's not good, whatever. Like we have so much other stuff to be happy about, and we have these wild cards like Excel can be a really freaking good receiver. We don't know yet. Like we don't really know. Trevor
Yeah.
Brooks, we don't know. Like we are already have these level of talent, this level of talent in Carolina right now as the guy that said best level at their position, good potential. Plus these all these wild cards, that is humongous for the Carolina Panthers. Like freaking Dan Morgan is a godsend. Like he, I mean, I mean, I said what I said about Dan Morgan a long time ago. Like we were probably, I don't know about this guy, but before after the draft, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's real good. Wow, like this team is unbelievably good. Let's go to the whole quarterback coach thing. Bryce Young, I mean, he broke Cam Newton's like nobody's thrown for more yards in the game than he did. That's a big deal. That's a humongous deal, especially when 225 of those yards were yards thrown over 10 yards, and he was told he could throw the ball downfield. That's real good. That's really good. So whatever you think about him, he broke the all time records for Carolina Panthers in yardage. That's I mean however you like I like Del Home I like Del Home I bet I think he was like elite, but I liked him. We can still like guys and not think they're the greatest quarterback to ever exist. Like Del Home had some shitty games. But let's just say that he's the middle of the pack quarterback or below average, whatever. It doesn't matter when the rest of your team is unbelievable. And then we get to the Canales thing, and that's what we've talked about for like the whole time. And for me, he's such a wild card because I don't have any historical precedent for a guy like him because he was so like dorky, howdy doody kind of guy, and like was kind of like narcissistic and like all about himself, and kind of is changing, like growing and developing as a coach and like a person, and kind of winning me over a little bit. Um, I still don't think he coached very well right now, but I think as far as 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 a comp as he communicates to players, I think the players are kind of starting to like him and rally around him a little bit. What is your take on any or everything I just said?
Yeah. So kind of to the point of, to me, it feels like, you start with the stars. Derek and JC just feel like they've taken that next step into like all pro status. I think obviously that helps on your team when you look at these Panthers teams like last year, right? You brought up all the free agency signings, all these, guys that we brought in this year in the draft. Last year, we didn't have Derek Brown. We had practice squad guys. So when you have star talent on any side of the football, you're naturally going to be able to cover up flaws with your team. But it also helps when you have role players, guys that just are good at like one specific thing that come in and just help that part of the defense or the offense. So that's what I have to say about that. I mean, Dan, the talent level is just significantly better this season. I think that's completely obvious to anyone that's watched a game this year. I mean, obviously we're 6-5, so we have to have some talent. And the offensive side of the ball, listen, man, Leggett, I've been hard on him. He needs, he throw the ball downfield. He needs more chances. He's definitely got talent. There's no doubt about it. Coker, yeah, I think he's a solid guy. He's a solid piece here. I think he's a solid piece. The offensive line, man, I mean, you lose Rob Hunt for the year, but because you've built depth in the trenches, it really doesn't matter that you're rotating your right guard every single week. And Cade Mays in center. Listen, man, what did you and me say off air? It's like we should have gone from him from jump. Like, right, Bryce took off last year right when Cade Mays went into center, So a lot of these things we kind of knew already. And that's kind of where, you talk about Canales. He's just a wild card. I think a part of it is he's just kind of been overcompensating for what he tries to do. But now it really feels like he's kind of letting the players dictate what the outcome of these games are. And that's kind of what I really respect about this team right now, is that guys are just stepping up and taking command of what's in front of them. And you haven't seen that from a Panthers team in a long time. And then to Bryce, listen, I've been critical of Bryce this year. I definitely think, the statistics haven't shown that he is necessarily a great quarterback, but a lot of that is just due to him not being able to show that he's a great quarterback. And I think that just comes down to the coaching. And then lastly, man, I talked about the draft, but it's like, it helps when you draft two blue chippers in the first and second round, and T-Mac and Nick Scorton. Nick Scorton's a dog.
Nick Scorton.
21 years old, still going to develop. Tedero McMillan, 22 years old, 6th in the league in receiving yards. Before this past game, between Andy's one game and Bryce, we were averaging 170 passing yards a game, man. That's crazy that he's on pace for nearly 1,200 yards as a rookie. He's in company with Odell, Anquan Bolden, Justin Jefferson. It's like, man, I mean, you and me knew this kid was legit. I mean, I remember being on Jags Twitter, like Jags fans, and what was the other team that was going to draft him? The Patriots. And they were
Patriots, yeah.
We should have taken this kid, even though Will Campbell's insane. And
I was shocked.
So there's been some luck involved for us, no doubt. But man, it feels good to have it go our way for once. Listen, I think ultimately it comes down to, can you draft? When you're in a rebuild, you need to be able to draft. And like you said, because we've already hit on so many guys and we have guys that we think can be good given more opportunity, Jonathan Brooks not panning out doesn't really hurt us at all. So it's like, that's when you have
it could be great. I don't know.
It could be great. It's just going to be a positive, either a net positive or a neutral. So it's like, there's a lot of things looking up for this team right now.
Oh man, and you touched on Coker a little bit, and I said all off season, I was like, I think Coker is going to be a great 3 in this league. I think he has the upside of a mid-level 2. But when you don't have to feed him the ball, and he gets you those big time third downs, and he reminds me a lot of Thielen, honestly.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
He's just so sure-handed, and he's there when you need him, and you know what? He's not going to get hurt as much because he's not going to depend. He's not going to have to get on the field as much. He's not going to have to depend on the volume. And that's what's really going to help us, is having that dependable group. If XL can keep developing where he's going, we got our 1 easy. And if XL could be that 2, Coker's easily going to be that 3. And then watch out Mitchell Evans, man, because, dude, what a pick. I think everybody just kind of wrote him off a little bit. I mean, he's tight end 1 in Carolina next year. I mean, I will see how he is. Honestly,
and I think you don't necessarily. I just want to say, I think you don't necessarily see that much of him right now because he's in a lot of different formations. He's not in every down formations and stuff like that. And Canales, it's clear we're still trying to figure out what pieces go where in the offense, and that's the point of having a young team. So, and that's what's so hard to make anybody at fault for anything. It's like, guys, we're 6-5. We're 6-5 with one of the youngest teams in the NFL. If you take out our long snapper and a couple of those guys, we're the youngest team in the NFL, and it's
insane that we're 6-5. So for me, I was very critical of Canales, and still critical of Canales. I'm not going to stop because of like the situation. But this thing is growing, man. They're figuring stuff out. They're just young, and said at the very beginning, I was like, yeah, man, I think that we're just so freaking good that we're gonna out talent teams to 9 wins, and I don't think anybody else is seeing that. I think people are still living in the Carolina Panthers of old mindset, and we just got to see the end game because you saw when we started seeing the Detroit Lions become good, we're like, oh,
Yes.
now they just need to ride some momentum and they're going to be good next. Like that's what it feels like. It's like with everybody's just once everybody gets on the same page, I think we're really going to start to see those 40-point games, those just blowouts. We're just that good of a team. And if we could stay healthy, can you imagine that? I mean, we're
Yeah.
just like
It,
demolish people in the run game, and it's going to be real fun to watch.
dude, absolutely. And it feels so good as a fan, like knowing that we're rebuilding still and we're winning games. That's the best part. Like last year, it feels like we won some of the games that we didn't win last year, right? Because last year should have been a 7-win team. But this year, it's like, man, you go into Green Bay, you win that game. You come back last week down 21-7. None of that stuff probably would have happened last year, right? And then on top of that, dude, just another thing, it really feels like it's going to be between us and Tampa for the foreseeable future. It feels like
I think it's just us.
Yeah.
Tampa's getting old. I mean, who they got left? People got Abuka.
I'm still going to respect them. I'm still
sure.
Yeah, you still got to respect them a little bit. But yeah, I'm saying in terms of where we are compared to like the Falcons and Saints, I mean, we're pretty far ahead of those guys. So everything is looking up right now. I mean,
Falcons got no first round picks next year too.
I know. But our tone, I mean, it feels really good because we were on here after the Patriots game so deflated, and now it's like you kind of see where this is going. So I advise Panthers fans to understand like this has a different feel to it, and even if we don't end up making the playoffs this year, I just feel like we're ahead of schedule in terms of where this team was supposed to be this year.
Yeah. And I also I feel like I don't want to say haters. That sounds so mean. But people that are projecting 6 wins and 7 wins are the same, in my opinion, the same people that are like, we need to get Bryce out or we need to get da 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 out or da 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 da. Okay, we've exceeded your expectations. So if we're exceeding the expectations that you had, then why get rid of anybody? Because you were on the right track. I don't think we should do anything. I think we should do like what happened with the Lions, where the Lions had 2 wins going into before they went on their run to go 9-8, and they're like, get rid of Goff. With Goff hasn't now they love Goff there. I think it's going to be the same way with Rice. I don't know if Rice is ever going to be like top 5 in the league, but he might be like 10th. I think he is that. I mean, I don't know. He's still 24. I'm done as far as what Dan I trust right now as far as player personnel. As far as coaches, I think that's a little bit more nuanced because I think Tepper is a little bit more involved with that those picks. So I'm a little bit more eyebrow raised on on the coaching. But I'm not talking. Bryce threw 448 yards. I'm good. I'm good, and for as long as they're good, I'm good. I don't think we should be talking about the quarterback again for the rest of the season, minimum.
Yeah.
So I think everybody just needs to cool it. Just like let everything play out this year, and then we'll start blaming whoever next year.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like you're just in a position to just we don't have to do this again next year. I hope you don't have to make millions of videos on cap space because we have cap space next year. Yep. You're going to have draft picks. So you're in a position you're only going to have to add. I mean, and then the 1-year contracts, like you're probably not going to be able to pay Rico Dowdle. Some guys or whatever, you'll probably go get a real backup quarterback because Andy Dalton should have retired already. But in terms of like, you're just in a really good position here where you can just like you have everything intact and you're just going to keep adding and adding. And like, when have we been in that position? Because it's like, the season ends and then, new quarterback, new coach. It's like,
Yeah.
you're not taking any steps forward. You're just going back. So this really feels like the first time in a long time where you can like see the light at the end of the tunnel for long-term sustained success.
Also, like we can get like a dynamite because we've already done this, but when we were talking about when the Lions, because that's kind of a team that I kind of think that we're closest to, not the same, but kind of closest. They started picking up like the cherries on tops, like the Laporta and the Jameer Gibbs and the like. We can get like a Jameer Gibbs or something like that.
Well,
Like,
yeah. Well, I saw some rumor on Twitter from one of the accounts that you and me have communicated with, and he was saying that like we called about Garrett Wilson at the deadline, like even with Tedero and McMillan. So it's like, who knows? Maybe like you get it. You just who knows? Maybe AJ Brown. Maybe you just get another big name player because you can, right?
Yeah,
And you're in
we're
that
not
position where
the
it's like,
Panthers of old anymore. Yeah,
yeah, where it's like you can just. It's like because, like I said, like you're worried the priorities you have on your offseason list like slowly slim down when you keep hitting on draft picks. When you have your main pieces intact, it's like then you can go get the dessert, right? Because you have your entree. So it's like
Can you
and you
imagine like
already
another first round like guard? We
yeah
just draft a first round
yeah
center, right? Like just whatever. Our team is our team. Like
yeah
you can get like literally the best player available, or you can trade back and just get all these like because now you're just so confident in the way you draft players because you just crushed it. Well, we we gotta go back to this. They started with 11 rookies this year, 11, and they're 6-5. 11 rookies made this roster, and they're 6-5. Man, I don't understand how anybody can get executive of the year other than Dan Morgan. 11 rookies made the roster, and they're 6-5. That is bananas.
crazy
Bananas. That's excellent, excellent work. We need to. I mean, we just got to Dan Morgan.
yeah
Dude, amazing, amazing, amazing work. Dude, I'm kind of I'm good stopping here. Like, I don't I guess we could do like rest of
you want
way.
to do
What you're
right.
thinking?
I was just gonna say like you kind of want to go through the maybe record prediction or what are your thoughts about this Monday night game that we have coming up?
I mean, it's 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 tough. It feels like it's going to be a trap game for the 49ers because they have so
Their defense is
much.
really bad right now.
Yeah, it feels like a trap game for the 49ers. It is on the road in prime time, but it's on a Monday. So we do have that extra day. It kind of, these kind of games are the kind of games that young teams usually do well in because everybody's writing them off. They're hyped up. They got so much adrenaline because of, you know, nobody's seen them. Nobody's watching the Panthers. Nobody's looking at the Panthers. Everyone's overlooking the Panthers. This is kind of the games where we should be kind of excited about. Uh,
Well, Bryce, T-Mac,
but
and Canales returned to California too, so maybe they have some.
yeah,
Cool. I
I
don't
think we're gonna
know.
lose though. They're just so
Yeah,
toast.
yeah. That's kind of how I feel. I think we'll keep it close for sure. I think the 49ers don't have Bosa or Warner, and the defense just runs completely different without those guys.
Yeah,
But overall, I mean, before we get out of here, I think this team is either going to be an 8 or 9 win team. I
yeah.
think they're going to split with the Bucks. I think we'll get back versus the Saints because that is okay. No, the Saints game's before the bye. I think.
Yeah,
It is.
we get Saints before we get either Bucks game. I think.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, dude, 8 or 9 wins is a successful season. Just based on how the season started, 0-2, it literally looked like a mirror of last season. I'm not complaining, man. I mean, and
Yeah, I think we catch the. I think because the Seahawks are coming to us. I think we catch the Seahawks. I think we catch the I think we catch the Saints, and I think we get the Bucks. I think we get 9 wins.
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I agree. I don't. The Rams are just too good, man. They're too.
Yeah,
good.
we're not beating the Rams.
Too
They're
good.
too good. They're
Too
too
good. Stafford.
Yeah, I think we catch.
Stafford's
Yeah.
just balling in year 17. Defense, we're not going to beat him. But overall, man, I mean, listen, everything we've talked about like is kind of just come to light. And real quick, I do want to say I'm very happy that we did not. The DK Metcalf turned us down because Tedero McMillan, dude, is on pace for nearly 1,200 yards in his first season as a 22-year-old in a run-first offense, which,
Yeah, right.
yeah. But, yeah, man, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no worries, man. And, man, it's like a pretty uplifting episode. We don't get a lot of those. But I really do think we're going to have a lot more of these. And I know I just bashed Dallas for forever and ever and ever. It wasn't bashing Dallas. It was just like kind of putting things for perspective for everybody else, like to stop crowning, and just in general, stop crowning people before they do anything, and stop, telling them they're blessed before they get a chance to show anything. But I'm interested in the Canales story because it's a weird one. It's a one I like his demeanor that he's starting to show, and it seems like he's really putting the effort in to be a good coach and is putting his ego aside.
He's also young, and I think something people don't talk about is he's probably prematurely hired too, which is another thing. And he was in a tough position, I will say, just with where we were 2 years ago. So yeah, I think, I obviously have my gripes with him, but overall, I mean, we're 6-5. I can't really complain right now. So
let's just enjoy it. Like even if we just lose the rest of the games, we go 6-11. That's still better than last year.
Yeah.
Whatever. Always this offseason to be mad about it. All right, dude.
Peace.
Till next time.